9,000 kilometers, 18 days, a life-changing journey. For 400 people, this would be a journey that could transform their understanding, broaden their vision and encourage them to bring about development through social enterprise. The Tata Jagriti Yatra was a platform for a diversity of young minds to come together to experience a nationwide wealth of ideas. The Yatris travelled southward from Mumbai, making their first pit stop at Tamil Nadu, then east to Andhra Pradesh and Jharkhand. From there, the train took them to Delhi, Rajasthan, Gujarat and back to Mumbai. Through this journey, the Yatris were introduced to concepts of development and leadership, while consistently being molded to follow a path of integrity and no compromise. In Kanyakumari, the Yatris met 3 success stories who helped them understand the challenges behind setting up a social enterprise.
That is the most important thing. This is the Tata Jagriti Yatra, and joining us today are 400 people who have been with us for thousands of kilometers, and these are the people who will be bringing about the impact that you will see in the next couple of decades. And joining all of us on stage are 3 people who are living the dream that they dreamt of a couple of years back. It took one nerve-wracking trip on an ambulance for Shafi to realize that we needed a dependable ambulance system in the country. He went on to co-found Dial 1298 for ambulance, and today he's actively working on something called Bribe Busters. So let's give a big round of applause and invite Shafi Mathur on stage. Now, while education is important, life skills can be crucial. Now, this is an organization that goes far beyond what textbooks do. Dream a Dream Foundation has been actively working with over 3,000 children, imparting life skills, skills like negotiation, skills like dealing with people over the past couple of years. A warm welcome to Vishal Talreja. Now, what is termed value-added service, or VAS, is actually a lifeline to a whole lot of people. Now, when it comes to the rural areas, which are the underserved markets, there are very few companies that are actually working in a focused, laser-like way to provide information that can really change their lives. And if you're wondering what is value-added service in a rural area, this can be market prices for a farmer so that he can understand what to quote when he goes to a mandi. Very few people do that, but Ekgaon Technologies is one of those who have been pioneering. Let's give a big round of applause and welcome Vijay Pratap Singh Aditya. Much like yourselves, when you were planning to do that big thing a couple of years back, but when the rubber hits the road, what's the kind of friction you experience?
What one has to realize is that everything that can go wrong from what you planned will go wrong, and towards that there's only one word which will take you through the next stages, and that's persistence.
What are the things that you're talking about when you say go wrong? I mean, you have a business plan, and of course the business plan's first touch with reality changes the entire business plan itself. So when you went about to start Dial 1298 for ambulance, what were the kind of changes that you had to incorporate on the first day when your business plan became active?
So let me give you an example. My friends and I put together one advanced life support ambulance designed on the basis of London Ambulance Service standards, and put it in South Mumbai. And you would expect, it's a life-saving ambulance. People who face medical emergencies will call you, once they are informed. The reality is, it doesn't happen that way. When we started, what we realized on the ground was that there is a well-entrenched network of vested interests which work in the medical fraternity, which actually controls ambulance movements and which ambulance to be called.
One of the things that we found was that when we went upon and shared our ideas with the people who we intended to work with, they themselves couldn't understand what we are trying to tell, that these people with laptops and talking about IT back 10 years back was not something that is required for development in the rural areas. Probably we need funding and we need money and we need everything else, health and education, but definitely we don't need technology. So convincing the beneficiary itself was a major challenge, in which they were not convinced that there is a possibility of using IT or technology for providing them access to services.
What were the kind of skeptics you had to deal with?
One of the first challenges we faced was being young.
Okay.
We were a bunch of 12, 21-year-olds, wanting to do something good.
Okay.
And when we went...
How old are you right now?
32.
Okay.
So when we actually went into shelter homes and said, hey, we've got this great after-school program which is actually going to help children build competencies for future employment, they were like, oh, you guys are 21, what do you know about education?
Okay.
And you're going to go back into your corporate careers and forget about these children anyway, so why should we work with you? Okay, so that was our first hurdle. The second hurdle really was understanding life skills. In 2000, when we took the life skills idea to shelter homes and schools and slum communities, everyone looked at it as an extracurricular activity.
Okay.
Something that, a football program after school. Children don't need a football program, they need extra tuitions. Okay. So we really had to battle that out, and we said, okay, give us 6 months with your children. And in 6 months, if these children build better attention and concentration skills in your classroom, you'll see the results of the program. And we were able to show that in 3 months.